Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. First things first, just wanted to say thank you guys so much. We just crossed over 1,000 subscribers. Really excited about it. So thank you guys so much. Really appreciate it. I love what I'm doing right here, and hope you guys are enjoying the videos here as well. So again, thank you very much. On today's episode, we're going to be jumping into the Mustang again, and we're going to be doing some ambient lighting in the Mustang. So stick around if you'd like to see how we do it. All right, so I've got the seat brackets in the car right here, ready to bolt in here. Now, the only thing is, before I bolt it in, I want to try adding some of these to it. Now, this may not work, it may work, but I think it would be kind of cool to hook this up. I'm going to go with some of these RGB IC car LED strip lights that I got right here off Amazon. So I'm going to try and get these installed, and then we're going to wire these up to the buttons in the center console so they're all controlled by that. So let's see if this will work here. All right, so I think this is going to be the best way to lay these out if I do use them. They'll be just kind of sitting on top of the seat frame where the seat kind of bolts to right here, and the seat will sit like about an inch, maybe 2 inches higher than this, so it shouldn't get stuck or caught on it or anything like that. But my thought is once the seat is in here, it'll reflect up off of the seat and kind of shine back into the carpet back here, as well as kind of up towards the front right there. So that's my thought. That's my hope that it'll do that right there. So we'll go on ahead. We'll get these bases bolted down right here, and then we'll go on ahead and we'll get a seat in here, and we'll kind of see how it looks and how it works, and see how it goes from there. So what it looks like the best way to do this right here is it's going to be to take the lights, and instead of having them shine straight up on the bottom of the seat, turn them so they're facing back. That way it does put out a nice amount of light right there. And then it looks like it's going to be the same thing for the front right here. If I angle them up towards the bottom of the seat, it doesn't reflect that well. But if I angle it forward, it does put out a nice bit of light right there. So I think that's what we're gonna go on ahead and go with. All right, so what I'm doing right here is I'm using my multimeter to check for continuity between the button where it's soldered onto the factory board right here. Once I press the button, it'll give me a beep, and that tells me that that's completing the circuit right there. So that's what I'm doing right here to find out where I'm gonna need to solder my connections to. Now, while I'm trying to solder this connection right here, guys, I gotta say, do so if you're gonna do this. Do so at your own risk. I'm not an expert. I have no clue what I'm doing on this, except for I just kind of have a general idea of how to go about it right here. So again, I'm not an expert. If you're going to do anything like this, of course, do so at your own risk. I can't be liable if you guys mess up your lights or your car or wire something wrong or anything like that right there. So definitely do your research and proceed at your own risk if you're going to do anything like this right here. All right, you guys, I am not the best at soldering. I totally kind of destroyed my old one, so I had to get another kit right here. Luckily, they're not that much on Amazon. So I took this over to my local stereo shop, and I was able to get them to solder on these two connections for me. Now that we have that there, we can go on ahead and connect our button to it. And once we plug this in, this button right here will cycle through all of the colors in the car here. So one thing, though, that I'm going to do before I get this back into the car right here is, even though these are soldered, it seems like they're a very small connection right here. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a piece of heat shrink tubing, and I'm going to cut it in a couple sections right here and slide one end over here. I'll probably have to de-pin the wire to be able to slide it down here. But I want to try and get a piece of heat shrink right here and over here to just kind of hold these wires in place, because it's going to be in the car, it's going to be bouncing around, so who knows if it'll get loose or anything like that. I just want to try and be on the safe side with it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this and de-pin these and slide this over and heat shrink it down to hopefully keep it down and hold everything good there. So all right, guys, so I got these two pieces kind of a little bit more secure, I feel. And I just used a little lighter right here. I didn't, A, I couldn't find my mini torch, but B, I thought it might be a little bit better to use something with a little bit less of a flame so it doesn't get so hot, because I don't want to risk, desoldering it right here. So I'm pretty happy with how that is. Hopefully it'll kind of hold it right here. And now we can go on ahead and put this in the car, and let's test it out here, see how it works out for us here. All right, guys, so let's go on ahead, and we're going to go on ahead and plug in these lights here, and let's see how this works here for us. All right, guys, so it looks like it is working. Every push of the button, and it's going to go ahead and change our light colors here for us. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about this, guys. I think it's going to look kind of cool. So yeah, so we are good then with this. Now the next step is I got to wire up a separate cigarette lighter attachment from the battery back to here. And on that one, I'm going to hook up another switch to be able to turn it on and off with the switch. And then from there, we can use this one to go through and change all the colors right here. So yeah, so far so good, guys. All right, I don't know if you guys can see this that well, but I went ahead and I drilled out on the side of this case right here for the wires to set out of here. So now I'm going to try and put this back on here so we don't just have the circuit board kind of flopping around inside the car right here. Alright guys, so this case doesn't quite fit back in here, but it's pretty darn close, so I'm just going to keep it at that right there. Keeps it all kind of out of the way. I can always just maybe put a dab of glue on here to kind of help hold it right there, or maybe just like some Velcro. Honestly, that's probably a better idea, is doing maybe some Velcro around it just to kind of make sure that it stays together right here. I do have a little strip of Velcro, so I think I might just toss it around there, but at least now kind of everything is more protected in here, and now I can go on ahead and start wiring this other stuff up right here. Alright, and also the cool thing I guess now is with the Velcro around it, I can just put a piece of Velcro to the inside of the console and just put that in there to kind of hold it in there a little bit. Again, we'll see how it works. You know, if I need to change it up, I can always change it up down the road. But I do feel a lot better having it protected in here now versus just kind of sitting out in the car right here. So we'll go ahead and get our switch back installed here, and we'll move on to the next step here. All right, you guys, so I've got the wiring temporarily hooked up here just to kind of test everything out right here, make sure it's going to work okay. So I have a cigarette lighter, which I wired up directly to the battery. I then went ahead and I have two switches here. I have one switch that'll power the cigarette lighter on, and then once that's powered on, I just have it using from the ambient lighting, I have it using the standard connector into the cigarette lighter right here. So from there, once I turn this on, as long as I have this power button on, which I'll just be leaving it on all the time, and you'll never see it, it'll be tucked up underneath the center console, I can turn this on. It'll in turn turn all the lights on, and then I can press this button. I can press this button to go on ahead and cycle through all the colors right here. So let's go on ahead and show you what it'll do right here. So again, I turn this on, and that provides power to everything, and then I can go on ahead and click through all the different colors on the lights. So looks like it's working out okay here for us. So now that everything looks good, it's working okay, I'm going to go on ahead and I'm going to make these connections permanent. And then from there, I should be able to get these lights mounted under where they're going to go under the seats, and then should be able to get the seats back installed in here. And then from there, it's just down to, you know, kind of cleaning everything up and getting the center console and everything back in the car right here. Alright guys, so we've got everything kind of put back in here. We got the seats bolted back in. I've got everything cleaned up on the wiring down here and permanently attached to everything that I wanted to get it attached to. Yeah, so we are good to go here. So this is how it's going to look when we turn it on here. So as you guys can see, it's got a nice glow on the floor right there, and then in the back, it's got the same thing right there, right behind the seats. So nice thing is it's pretty much all hidden. You're not going to really see anything. And then when I get the center console back in here, we'll get all the rest of the wires organized and everything. But yeah, overall, I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. All right, you guys, so that is all there is to installing ambient lighting in your Mustang, or any car for that matter. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like it, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. It really helps out, and we'll see you in the next project. Thanks.